Now it begins. Yes, it's gonna start all over on needles and pins. I'm so all uptight about her. She makes every day a mystery, a true adventure. I should just walk away, but I know that I can't live without her. There she goes, messing with my mind again. Oh no, there she goes, messing with my mind again. Sometimes she does, and then sometimes she don't. Sometimes she will, and then sometimes she won't. Oh, there she goes, she's messing with my mind again.
Welcome to Thematic Nostalgia. This is show number 42. Now, this show is for my brother Rich. Why? My brother Rich has a birthday this month. This is the month of June 2021, and he turned 78 years old. Hard to believe. I mean, I'm sure it's hard to believe for him. It's hard to believe for me, because memory is really so vivid of young Rich, young Phil, and here we are in our 70s. But anyway, we're in good health, and I know my brother Rich still plays golf. He's still pretty active, and many, many years to come. You know, my brother Rich is of the age he could become president now, because in fact, he is younger by a few months than the current president. So keep on going. Now, Rich and I really didn't know each other closely growing up because we were 5 years different. And you can imagine that difference of 5 years when you're growing up as a young people. That's a big number. I'm 8 years old. He's a 13-year-old. He's a teenager. He's going to high school. I'm still in the end of elementary school. It really isn't until you get to adulthood that age difference sort of narrows. And we had a brief spell in the 1970s, not long, but about a year or a little more maybe, that we lived in the same city, that being Newport News, Virginia. Now, we both grew up in Long Island. We spent our childhood and our teenagers in Long Island. But we ended up in Newport News together, and that was not an accident because sort of used some connections to get there with him. But in any event, it was short-lived. But while we were together and we were both adults, I think it was a good time for me. I don't know about him, but I enjoyed the fact that we had a softball team we played on. We went and played golf, once in a while. And almost every Saturday, we went to William and Mary and played handball. We were getting close, but then life gets in the way. This means that somebody's got to move, and he moved first, and I ended up moving later on. But anyway, Rich, I do wish you a very happy birthday. I thank you for always being there. Whenever I needed you, you were there, and I hope you can depend on me. So this is for you. The theme of this show, because you graduated high school in 1961, is about the year 1961. Every song you hear will be from that year. And keep in mind, 1961 was a very big year for doo-wop. So a lot of songs will be doo-wop. And there is a secondary theme to this show, but it's not doo-wop. I'm going to hold that for a while. I'm going to play 5 songs for you, and then I'll tell you after the 5th song what the secondary theme is. So if you want to try and figure it out, go right ahead. You don't need to write in or call in. I will tell you what it is after the 5th song. The first theme, 1961. The second theme, big question mark. See if you can figure it out. And here's the first song.
Dum da dum da 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 da. Just how sweet I think you are. Why haven't I told
Next up is a song most everybody knows. It landed on Billboard's Pop Singles chart not only in 1961, but also in 1967, and there was a top 10 cover version by Jermaine Jackson in 1972, a top 40 live version in 1982 by Cliff Richard, and even after 35 years from the original version, there were 2 bubbling under cover hits of this song, and one of those was in Spanish. And if you graduated high school in 1961, this song was probably all over the place on your senior trip and during your graduation, since it came out in late March and hung around for over 3 months. So here is Daddy's Home by Shep and the Limelights.
You're my love, you're my angel, you're the girl of my dream. I'd like to thank you for waiting patiently. Daddy's home, Daddy's home to stay. How I've waited for this moment to be by your side. Your best friend wrote and told me you had teardrops in your eyes. Daddy's home, Daddy's home to stay. It wasn't on a Sunday, Monday and Tuesday went by. It wasn't on a Tuesday afternoon. All I could do was cry, but I made a promise that you treasure. I made it back home to you. How I've waited for this moment to be by your side. Your best friend wrote and told me you had teardrops in your eyes. Daddy's home, Daddy's home to stay. Daddy's home to stay. I'm not 1,000 miles away.
Please Love Me Forever is a song written by John Malone and Ollie Blanchard. The song was originally released by Tommy Edwards in 1958. But we're not doing 1958. A bigger hit version of this song was released by Kathy Jean and the Roommates. And an even bigger hit came out in 1967 by Bobby Vinton. But our theme is 1961, so that's the one we're doing. And do you know what these first 3 songs have in common besides hitting the top 100 in 1961? It's not easy to figure out without doing a cheaty web search.
Please love me forever.
The Cleftones were an American vocal group formed in 1955 who were then called the Silvertones. In 1961, a second generation of the Cleftones included Herb Cox, Charlie James, Warren Corbin, and Gene Pearson, with a new addition, Pat Spann, the first and only female to sing with the group. They reached number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100 with Heart and Soul, a rearrangement of the 1938 song of the same name that was a number 1 song by Larry Clinton and his orchestra with B. Wayne on the vocals. Doo-wop was really big in 1961. Here is Heart and Soul.
Heart and soul, I fell in love with you. Heart and soul, the way a fool would do, madly, because you held me tight. Held me tight, 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 and stole a kiss there in the night. Heart and soul, I beg to be adored. Yes, and I lost control and tumbled overboard gladly. That magic night, we kissed, oh we kissed, oh we kissed, oh we kissed, there in the moon mist. Oh, but your lips were thrilling, much too thrilling. Never before were mine so strangely willing. Darling, and now I see what embrace can do. Come on and look at me. You've got me loving you madly. That little kiss you stole. Oh, you stole. Yes, you stole. Oh, you stole. You stole. Oh, you stole. Yes, you stole. All my heart. You stole. And soul. Yes, you stole. All my heart. You stole. And soul. Yes, you stole. Oh, you stole. You stole. All my heart. Yes, you stole. Oh, you stole.
Tender is the Night is a 1961 song by Sammy Fain music and Paul Francis Webster lyrics, which was sung by Tony Bennett on his 1962 album I Left My Heart in San Francisco, and that was later used in a film, Tender is the Night, based on the F. Scott Fitzgerald novel, and the film starred Jason Robards and Jennifer Jones. And Tender in the Night received a nomination for the Best Song, but lost to The Days of Wine and Roses by Henry Mancini and Johnny Mercer. And here from 1961 is Tony Bennett singing his classic non-Hot 100 hit, Tender is the Night.
Tender is the night, so tender is the night. There's no one in the world except the two of us. Should tomorrow find us disenchanted, we have shared a love that few have known. Summers by the sea, a sailboat in Capri. These memories shall be our very own. the morning light. We loved once in splendor, how tender the night. Even though our dreams may vanish with the morning light, we loved once in splendor, how tender the night.
Linda Scott was born in Queens, New York. She was then Linda Sampson, and when she was 11 years old, her family moved to Teaneck, New Jersey. James Shep Shepard and Clarence Bassett, both from Queens, New York, and Charles Baskerville, originally from Virginia, organized the group Shep and the Limelights in Queens in 1960. The Roommates were a white doo-wop group, originally a duo formed by 15-year-old Steve Susskind and Bob Minsky from Russell Sage Junior High School in Queens, New York. Kathy Jean was actually from Brooklyn, but she was not an actual member of the Roommates. The Cleftones were an American vocal group formed in 1955 at Junior High School number 40 in Jamaica, Queens, in New York City. Anthony Dominic Benedetto was born August 3, 1926. Of course, he's known professionally as Tony Bennett. He's an American singer of traditional pop standards, big band, show tunes, and jazz. He is also a painter, having created works under his birth name that are on permanent display in several institutions. He is the founder of the Frank Sinatra School of Arts in Astoria, Queens, New York. And he was also born in Astoria, Queens. And Brother Rich, as well as your host, were born in Queens, New York, and dragged to Bethpage, Long Island by their parents in 1949 as the influx of World War II veterans and the exodus to suburbia was getting underway.
No, 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 don't kiss me anymore. No, 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 I told you once before. No, 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 don't kiss me anymore. No means yes, yes, yes. I love you, and no one else will do. My heart sings, don't ever say we're through. Please tell me how love was meant to be. Please No, 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 don't kiss me anymore. No, 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 I told you once before. No, 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 don't kiss me anymore. No, me,
That was No, No, No by the Chanters. That was their only charting top 100 hit. But as you can see from the graphics, they did release a lot of records, mostly a local group around the New York area. And next up we have Kenneth Diono, but he's better known as Kenny Dino, and he's from Astoria, Queens. Now, Kenny's family moved to Long Island, actually Hicksville, same place as Billy Joel, in 1955. During the late 40s, early 50s, a lot of families moved to Long Island from the city. And he joined the Navy in 1957, and he was a runner-up in a talent contest held in Iceland, of all places, by singing an Elvis Presley song. So he came back to the island, I should say, came back to New York City in 1960, and he signed with Dot Records. Now that contract didn't last very long, but he quickly signed with Columbia Records, and he was offered to sing with Paul Simon, which he didn't do. He refused. He turned that down. And then he was offered to do the record Suspicion, an Elvis Presley song sung by Terry Stafford, which was made a big hit. But his label didn't allow that either. He did a lot of demo work with Elvis Presley, including Good Luck Charm. But his big hit, and I think it's a one-hit wonder, is Your Mama Said You Cried in Your Sleep Last Night. It was a number 24 hit on the U.S. pop chart. He had three backup singers on this particular song. They were Lois Green, Alan Eichler, and Leslie Smith, and they were all students at Syosset High School. Later, Robert Plant covered the same record in 1990 on his release, Manic Nirvana. Okay, here we go. Your mama said you cried in your sleep last night. Why?
Cried in your sleep last night. Your ma said you cried in your sleep last night. You should have seen the look in her eye. I had to tell her some little white lies. I know I haven't been so true to you. I know I haven't been so true to you. Don't you cry, don't you cry, don't you cry no more. Ain't gonna be the way I was before. Let me kiss you, let me hold you tight. I love you so much that my mama said I cried. My mama said I cried. My mama said I cried in my sleep last night. I love you. Let me kiss you, let me hold you tight. I love you. I love you so much that my mama said I cried.
That was Kenny Dino, not to be confused with Dino Esposito, who sang in the 1990s and recorded under the name Dino. And he was never in Dino, Desi, and Billy, and he never appeared on the TV show Dino the Dinosaur. But next up, we have another Queen's original, Brian Hyland. Brian Hyland was born in Woodhaven, Queens, New York on November the 12th, 1943, and he still performs today. He plays the guitar, clarinet, harmonica, and is mostly a pop singer with bubblegum and country music as part of his repertoire. Brian Hyland had his first hit when he was 16 years old with the novelty song Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, and that went to number 1 in 1960. He had some minor hits to follow over the next few years, but he hit it again with Sealed with a Kiss in 1962. A few years later, he had another respectable hit, The Joker Went Wild. And in 1970, with his fellow rocker Del Shannon, Hyland's remake of an old hit by the Impressions called Gypsy Woman shot up to number 3 on the pop charts, but it also got him some respectable critical acclaim. But don't forget, this is 1961, so we're going back to 1961, and this will be his top 20 hit. It's called Let Me Belong to You. And I think my brother Rich said that to his wife Sue over 52 years ago, because they're still together.
Make me your slave, tie me down, make me behave, let me belong to you. Make me be true, tell me what I can do, let me belong to you. I don't wanna be free, like a wave on the sea, no place special to go, but toss to and fro, oh, make me your own. Never, never leave me alone. Make all my dreams come true. Let me belong to you. Make me your slave. Tie me down, darling. Make me behave. Let me belong to you. I don't wanna be free, like a wave on the sea. No place special to go, but toss to and fro, oh, make me your own. Never, never leave me alone. Make all my dreams come true. Let me belong to you. Let me belong to you.
Let's do 2 in a row. First up is a song by the Capris, As a lot of you know, the Capris had a really big hit with There's a Moon Out Tonight. But we featured that on Thematic Nostalgia number 25, so we're going to play a different Capri song, a top 100 song from 1961. And that will be followed by a group called the Deltaires. This is a Thematic Nostalgia gem. I doubt if anybody has ever heard of the Deltaires. The song I'm about to play is from 1961, and it was a bubbling underhit. It didn't even hit the top 100. But I think you might like it. And both these groups are from Queens, New York.
There's a boy and there's a girl, as happy as can be. There's a heart with initials carved in a shady tree. There's a river and a waterfall, but the best part of it all is it's where I fell in love. It's a place where grass grows greener and the moon's a little more bright. It's a place for only dreamers to steal a kiss goodnight. But the best part of it all is it's where I fell in love. There once was a time in my life when I was so lonely, and then you entered my heart, and I knew you were my one and only. And there we'd stay in our paradise, two lovers alone with no fear of lies, until the day I die. There's a boy and there's a girl, as happy as can be. There's a heart with initials carved in a shady tree. There's a river and a waterfall, but the best part of it all is it's where I fell in
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Lullaby of the bell, ding dong, lullaby of the bell, ding dong. Oh, how they ring out the truth they tell. You're my discovery. And I'm the lover for you. Lover for you. Lullaby of the bell. They ring so clear. They seem to tell me that you are near. Please hurry home. Please come back to me. Come back to me. And the bells they ring out for you and me. Well, the bells they ring out for you and me. Lullaby of the bell, they ring so clear. They seem to tell me that you are
hope you like those songs from Queens, New York. Well, you know, it's 1949 now, and my brother Rich and I are leaving Queens. We're moving out to the island like so many others have done. And we're going to play 3 in a row to close the show up. And since we're out on Long Island, we're going to play a song from a group who started out in Southampton, way out on the island. And then we're going to have a second song from Glen Cove. Now, Glen Cove brings back bad memories for me. That's where my draft board was. And the third song is from Valley Stream. 3 in a row, oldies from 1961. These are all songs that are very obscure, but I hope you like the fact that we're playing brand new oldies.
Can't you see I love you? Please don't break my heart in two. That's not hard to do, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. And if you say goodbye, then I know that I will cry. Maybe I would die, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. There's no strings about this love of mine. It was always you from the start. Treat me nice, treat me good, treat me like you really should. 'Cause I'm not made of wood, and I don't have a wooden heart. Muss ich denn zum Städtele hinaus, und du, mein Schatz, bleibst hier. Muss ich denn zum Städtele hinaus, und du, mein Schatz, bleibst hier. Kann ich auch nicht immer bei dir sein, hab ich doch viel Freude an dir. Wenn ich wiederkomm, kehr ich ein, mein Schatz, bei dir.
Well, here in my heart there's a story untold of a girl I wanted for my own to have and to hold.
darling, where have you been? It seems oh so childish that I always count to 10. You don't seem to understand that I'm crazy for you. My nights are so lonely when you're not by my side. I think of you, darling, and tears just flood my eyes. You don't seem to understand that I'm crazy for you. Please say you love me. Please say you care. All life without you is so hard to bear. I love you, darling. Want you to know. Please don't leave me. Please don't go. My nights are so lonely when you're not by my side. I think of you, darling, and tears just flood my eyes. You don't seem to understand that I'm crazy for you.
In parting, let me tell you, and I swear that I'm sincere, I'd give the world